When the 10-year yield Treasury falls, that means there's more fear in the market. When it goes up, there's less fear in the market. So I guess it's still kind of wonky at this point, right? The main thing is Powell. What is he going to do? It's looking better and better, looking better and better in terms of a bigger rate cut at least. But as for the economy, it's looking worse and worse. As for crypto, the fear index keeps going down. We were at 27, 28, 30, and now we're at 22. Extreme fear. What happened between yesterday and today that brought fear down even more? When was the last time we were at 22? I mean, we have to go back to like the crypto winter to be this fearful. Again, I don't know if the sentiment is really that fearful. I don't know. Looking in the live chat, doesn't seem like we're nearly as bearish as when Bitcoin was below 20,000 or below 10,000. But that's just how it is right now. A lot of fear because a lot of retail investors, they've given up on alts, given up on memes, given up on NFTs, given up on everything. But this is why I've always said, hey, don't ignore Bitcoin. Have a lot of Bitcoin in your portfolio, then you would not feel so much fear. Because Bitcoin will always lead the way. It's the biggest and strongest, and you want that security, you want that strength. There will be a time for alts, but hey, always have a large portion in Bitcoin. I think there are too many retail investors that's like only in alts or very heavily in alts. And that's why, whenever we have downturns, they really turn bearish because alts, we know, gets decimated during the volatile times, right? We are in a scary month. So I recognize that. So retail investors may be looking at this and saying, well, September historically is the worst month for Bitcoin, right? You can't dispute that. It has been pretty bad in September, okay? But we will get the rate cuts starting in a couple weeks, and we will get more. We will get a lot more this for the remainder of this year. So that can certainly change things for this September. And keep in mind, 2022, 2021, 2020 was when the Fed was raising rates, right? So it's a little bit different story. And plus 2023, we bucked the trend and had a green month. But you know what? You know what comes after September? October. And historically speaking, October is the best month for Bitcoin, right? Look at those juicy gains that we've had. Last year, we had a 29% gain. 2021, we had a 40% gain. 2017, we had a 48% gain in a single month. Look at 2017. Take a look at 2017, okay? 2017 was absolutely fantastic. That was a year after the halving event. Look at some of those juicy gains. In August of 2017, 65%. October, 48%. November, 55%. December, 40%. That's crazy. That's crazy. But we have seen months like that before, right? We have seen many months like that before. I mean, just look at 2021 too. February, we had a 37% gain, followed by a 30% gain. In October, we had a 40% gain. Those months are coming. You just have to be patient. You just have to be patient, right? September is not locked in with the certainty that it will end in red. However, it's still early. Let's see. Yesterday, we had a very, very large outflow day for the ETFs. If you look at Fidelity, minus 150 million outflow. Bitwise, 30 million. I mean, overall, 211 million outflow. Wasn't a good day. Maybe why fear level's so high, right? But look at BlackRock. No outflow. BlackRock, Larry Fink understands. He has diamond hands at this point. He will do what he can to stop the outflows. I mean, it has to be impressive. If you're not impressed by that, I mean, Fidelity is the second biggest ETF holder, and they had a massive this week. You know, a few days ago, 162 million outflow. Yesterday, 150 million outflow. And even during these days, BlackRock is zero outflow. Zero. Because Larry Fink looks at this chart and says, you know what? I don't have enough. And I don't want to see that line tick down. I only want to see it go up. And that's exactly what's been happening. You had 2 days of outflow so far in 8 months. And it's been nothing but accumulation at this point, right? It's actually quite amazing. But it does show you when someone understands, they will continue to hold on DCA. That's really it. I know this is a fund. I know a lot of people always say, you understand, George, this is a fund, right? Yeah, I understand it's a fund. But he's using other funds and other funds and other funds to buy his own fund. That's how he's making sure that there's no outflow, because it doesn't make any other sense any other way. So, I mean, he wants to accumulate as much as possible while things are cheap, even though he has trillions under management. But still, he understands. Someone like Arthur Hayes kind of flip-flops. BTC is heavy. I'm gunning for a sub 50K this weekend. I took a cheesy short. Pray for my soul, for I am a teacher. The surest way to lose money when it comes to Bitcoin is to short it. If you think it's going to go down, okay, don't hold any or sell it off. But if you short, it's the surest way to lose money. Okay, don't ever short Bitcoin. Arthur Hayes, sometimes I agree. Most of the times I don't agree with what he's saying. But anyways, what's really important is this. Not short-term movement. Not what happens today and tomorrow and next week. Really, what you want to focus on is long-term and this cycle. And where are we this cycle? Well, I mean, this is mindset of, what do you call it? This is like a mindset of retail investors. And, you know, it applies to Bitcoin as well. You have, you know, when you're down at the bottom of a crypto winter, that's, you know, that's when it's on the very right side, despair, end of bear, and then you hover there for a little bit. Then, you know, it starts coming back up. Things get better. Accumulation, trend emergence, shakeout. Yeah, we have many of those. Momentum building, first sentiment extreme, which we had back in March. Yeah, we certainly had that. Then we come back down. It's like a bear trap, right? This is a trap for the bears. This is a time for the bears to load up on the shorts like Hayes and think that, you know what, they're going to benefit from it until we go back upwards and liquidate them all. Then that's when the parabolic phase starts. You got that renewed optimism, FOMO, euphoria, and that's when we come back down, right? But this time around, when we come back down from euphoria all the way down to bottom fishing and the spear end of bear, before traditionally, we would see like an 80% drop, okay? Going forward, I'm not so sure we will see an 80% drop. We may see like 50%, 40%. But with the institutions holding so many Bitcoin, and same thing with the ETFs, I have a hard time believing that the next crypto winter is going to bring us down 80%. Unless we do something crazy, like with the FOMO euphoria stage, where somehow Bitcoin hits $500,000 by peak. Yeah, then maybe I say 80% is warranted. But I just don't think we're going to do that. I don't think we're going to go so high into the stratosphere that we will need to come down 80%. So this cycle may be the last traditional 4-year cycle, right? After we hit top. After we start coming down, we start over with a new cycle. I'm not so sure it's going to be the same as before.